with the Gayatri Mantra, which is a wonderful pranayam cum meditational technique. And it really helps to you to go into a deep meditation mode. It's a wonderful, very simple yet very effective meditation technique. That's what we learned. So we learned how to do that with Gayatri Mantra. Well, Gayatri Mantra, as it is, you must have heard that it's a wonderful mantra technique. In fact, last time I discussed with you all about the Beej Mantra. So if you know the meaning of Beej, Beej means, in Sanskrit, it is Beej, and in English, it means seed. So, we sow the seed and we get the fruits out of it, and whatever we desire, flowers, fruits, and everything. Similarly, so each and every Beej Mantra has, whenever we start chanting, we start practicing it, we sow the seed, and whatever the qualities that seed has, we start imbibing in us, we start gaining that quality. So like that, each and every chakra dhyana has a Beej mantra. Each and every chakras has a Beej mantra. And Gayatri Mantra, I didn't discuss with you all, I didn't tell you, has 24 Beej in it, 24 seeds. So when you chant this Gayatri Mantra, this wonderful Gayatri Mantra, so those 24 benefits you start getting. The benefits from Gayatri Mantra. And what are those benefits? I'll just tell you a few of them. Peace, happiness, positivity, then a positive thought, and then it takes care of your mental health, it takes care of your physical health, and it gives you stability in life. So we have so many advantages because it is a combination of 24 seeds. And when you start sowing them, when you start chanting them, all those beads start flowering or start giving you fruits, and you start gaining benefits out of it. So, the scientists are doing research on this mantra, and people who are chanting it daily properly, or who are in the vicinity of the chanting, they saw their DNA changes with Gayatri Mantra. So we learned the square breathing with Gayatri Mantra on the very first day. And then the next day, in the next turn, we learned about the 3 wonderful pranayam, which is very useful. And in a regular day-to-day basis, if we do it regularly, you don't fall sick so often, because it is connected with your Swar Yoga. Swar Yoga, which takes care of the pranas in the body. So when you do it regularly, your pranas are flowing freely in your through your 72,000 channels, and it takes care of your left and right brain, and your brain is completely at harmony, both the brains. That's what these pranayam do, as the meaning is hidden in the word pranayam. Prano ka ayam, pran plus ayam means exercise of pranas. Pranas are the energy. And how do you exercise it? Breath, your breathing technique, the right breathing technique is the only tool for you to enter, which can connect your internal body with your external body. This is the only tool, and this is the only tool through which you can exercise your prana. You can work on your prana. Otherwise, prana work has its own mind, has its own flow. However, because of your faulty lifestyle, eating habit, and postures, and too much of stress, you start blocking those prana in your body. And the diseases occur because of that. So when you start doing pranayama and all, what you do, you unblock the blockages. And your body, your mind, your emotional body, your mental body start gaining from this, and you start unblocking the blockages, and you start gaining on health also. Then in the third term, we started talking about the chakras. We have 7 important chakras in the body. However, there are many chakras. Obviously, as I told you, that we have 72,000 channels in the body, and whenever the channels intersect each other, chakras are formed. So there are many chakras in the body, but out of those many chakras, seven are the most important. And those 7 chakras are located along your spine. And mind, along with these chakras, control the action of your entire body, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual. So the last turn, we spoke about the Muladhara, important Muladhara chakra. And today we will talk about how these chakras control the glands also. So each and every chakra control 1 or 2 glands. So before moving ahead to the other chakra, we'll talk about the gland that Muladhara chakra controls. But before we go into that, let's start our session with the pranayam that you have already learned, so that it will settle you down, and your focus will increase, and will enjoy the session in a more focused way, in a more calmer way. Okay, so can we have that 4 pranayam audio track, Ravi, please?
Take your positions. Sit with your back straight, with your hands in Gyan Mudra, resting on your lap. Close your eyes and relax. Relax every part of your body. Let's begin with Omkar. Begin. Now, Brahmari. Now prepare yourself for Anulom Vilom. Assume the Pranam Mudra with your right hand and begin. Left in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Write in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Write in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Write out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Write in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. Gently bring your right hand back to Gyan Mudra. It is now time for square breathing in sync with the Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। Rub your palms together, cup your eyes, and slowly open your eyes. Hari Om.
Hari Om. So, how are we all now? All well settled? So now let's talk about our glands and the chakra connection. So first understand what happens. So earlier when the scientists came to know about the chakras, so initially they thought all the glands are actually the chakras. But now even you know that the glands are not chakras, because chakras cannot be seen. Whereas you can see glands, you can do surgery on the gland, you can work on it, you can see it with your naked eyes. Whereas the chakras doesn't have any physicality. When you dissect your body, when you cut your body, you cannot see chakras physically. Whereas chakras do control the actions of your glands. In fact, each and every gland has not one function, it has 4 functions. Each and every gland has a physical effect on our body. We all know that through the hormones. Each and every gland has a mental effect, spiritual effect, and emotional effect. So we'll learn about all those effects. How do they do it? So can we have the very first audio visual? The adrenal gland, the gland and the chakras connection.
The nervous system sends electrical messages to control and coordinate
We
the
cannot
body.
see the
The
video.
endocrine system has a similar job, but uses
We cannot
hormones
see the
to
video.
communicate. Chakra
Can we go back on this? Means start from the beginning, please. Yeah. Thank you. Vipinji, there's some problem with the volume. I can't hear it. There's no volume. Vipinji?
Yeah, I can. I'm trying. It should be volume.
It's mute.
It's not muted. There's no volume. Raviji, why don't you play it at your end? Raviji, can you play at your end? Raviji?
What's it there?
I'm sorry about that. Let me try it one more time.
Yeah.
The nervous system sends
sorry,
electrical
we cannot
messages
see.
to control and coordinate
Raviji,
the
share
body.
Anyway,
this
it
screen.
The endocrine system has a
Raviji,
similar
share
job,
this screen.
but uses hormones to communicate. Chakras stimulate the glands and cannot be seen through the naked eye like the glands, but can be felt
Yes.
like
yes.
our pranic currents.
Let me start it from the beginning. I'm sorry about that.
The nervous system sends electrical messages to control and coordinate the body. The endocrine system has a similar job, but uses hormones to communicate. Chakras stimulate the glands and cannot be seen through the naked eye like the glands, but can be felt like our pranic currents. Thus, we can see the chakras emanate important and vital forces which are distributed into the physical body through the endocrine system. Endocrine glands have a dual function. First, they perceive sensory energies received through the respective chakras and transmit these sensory impulses to the brain. Secondly, they regulate many different body functions through the production of hormones which are released into the bloodstream. These two roles are, of course, closely interrelated.
Okay. So, as I told you, that the glands are controlled by the chakras, and each and every gland in our body is controlled by the chakras. That is possible. Sorry.
Health. It isn't due to age or weight. It's because very few people.
I'm sorry, I think some other video got started. Now we have to stop it.
Raviji, stop your video.
Yeah. So each and every gland, as I said, is connected with the chakra, and chakra control the gland that comes into in their periphery. Like your pancreas, liver, they are controlled by your Manipur chakra. Your thymus gland that comes in near your heart is controlled by Anahata chakra. Then your parathyroid and thyroid gland are controlled by your Vishuddhi chakra. So whatever gland comes in their periphery, in the chakra's periphery, they are controlled by that chakra. Can we have the first, the adrenal gland, which is controlled by the Muladhara chakra? The second video, please.
Adrenal glands function in conjunction with the Muladhara chakra. Despite being higher upon the body than the chakra associated with. Anatomically, the adrenal glands are located in the abdomen, situated on the anterior superior aspect of the kidneys. It is responsible for the fight and flight response when survival is under threat. Thus, these glands also control the stress level in our body. Physically, adrenal governs sexuality. Mentally, it governs stability. Emotionally, it governs sensuality. And spiritually, it governs a sense of security. The adrenal gland is governed by Muladhara chakra. Therefore, when this chakra is underactive, one tends to be fearful, anxious, nervous, insecure, and frustrated. If this gland is overactive, we become materialistic, greedy, obsessed with being secure, and resist change. The concentration and meditation on Muladhara chakra helps rectify disorders of these functions and enhances inner stability and balance. These glands control and regulate the earth element in our body.
Okay. So you must understand one important thing. Each and every chakra has a quality, a positive quality, many negative qualities, many positive quality, and the default quality. The default quality that we are born with. So what is the default quality of Muladhara chakra? Along with the adrenal gland. The default quality of Muladhara chakra along with the adrenal gland is sexuality. Now, by default, it is a must for all the human beings. Otherwise, the reproduction, the growth of the world will not happen. This is a must. But because of our faulty lifestyle, too much of stress or too much of greed, too much of anger, or I spoke about those sadaripu, those 6 vices. If we can't control them, then what happens? This default turns into fault. So all those negative quality which this chakra has, they become a part of us. And what are the negative qualities I just discussed with you in this video? That either if it is underactive, we become too fearful, and we there is no confidence at all, and we become suicidal. Yes, that also happens with a lot of people, and we are confused all the time, and we are not stable at all. And if this chakra gets overactive, along with this, too much of hormone is being produced in our system, then what happens? We become manipulative, and we remain angry all the time. You must have seen people who get frustrated, who are frustrated, irritated all the time. Now what happened in US was a sign of irritation, frustration. People were just taking out their frustration and the greed. That was the thing that happened. So that clearly shows that things are not normal inside. Okay. And whenever we do meditation regularly, then the positive quality that the default changes, it doesn't change into fault. In fact, it changes into the positive quality. And what are the positive quality of this chakra and the gland? The positive quality of this chakra and the gland is stability, confidence, no confusion at all. You take decision, and obviously, as I said, and you are stable, you're confident, and you are a good leader at the same time. Whatever you talk has a meaning to it. There's connection. You thought properly, and then you speak. So all those things, you are a good leader at the same time. That's what happens. It is a positive quality of this chakra and the adrenal gland. So you must have seen whenever you go for sports and all, there's a board written that for a gush of adrenaline. So what happens whenever there's a challenge in front of you? What happens? The brain senses the challenge. The brain senses the stress, and it gives order to your pituitary gland. Pituitary in turn secretes the hormone that goes to your adrenal gland. Adrenal gland starts secreting adrenaline, and when that happens, when that goes in your bloodstream, your blood pressure rises, your heartbeat becomes fast, and you are ready for the challenge that comes in, that is in front of you. So people who suffer from high blood pressure and too much of stress and anxiety, the adrenal gland doesn't stop working. That's why they suffer from these problems. So when you do meditation and all, I have so many students, they have come up and they said that they have control, they could control their blood pressure, or some of them, they claim that we have stopped taking blood pressure medication because our blood pressure remained at the normal level. So what happened in the case of blood pressure, whenever you are too stressed all the time, the brain doesn't stop sensing that stress and doesn't stop giving order to pituitary. The pituitary gland doesn't stop producing the hormone that goes to the adrenal gland. Adrenal gland in turn keep producing adrenaline, and that keep your blood pressure high and your heartbeat high at a very high rate. And when that happens, when that happens for a longer time, that adrenaline is secreted in your bloodstream for a longer time, the person starts suffering from high blood pressure and many more diseases which is connected with it. So meditation, that's the reason I'm going very deep into it. Please understand the crux of it, the depth of it, how these things matter, how these control your body. So by just chanting, so seed, as I said, each and every mantra, each and every chakra has a seed. And that seed, when you start chanting it, it flowers, it starts giving you fruit. And what are the fruits? Stability, being calm, peaceful, health, good health, physical health, good mental health. So these are the effect of your Muladhara chakra when you start working on it regularly. This is the beej, that seed that you sow, and you gain those fruits in turn. That's what it does. Okay, so adrenal gland, though it is higher in the body, yet it is controlled by your Muladhara chakra. Rest, all the glands, they come into the periphery of their own the chakras. It's only the adrenal gland and the your Muladhara chakra, which is at a distance, and Muladhara chakra controls the adrenal gland. I hope I'm clear on that. So I hope you all were chanting the whole week. You did your pranayam every day, and you did chanting of your Muladhara chakra beej mantra. So today we will learn the next important chakra we will learn is the Swadhisthana chakra. The English name for the Swadhisthana chakra is sacral chakra because of its location again. So can we have the last video of the day, Ravi?
The Swadhisthana, the second most important chakra, is located at the base of the spine at the coccyx. An orange color lotus with 6 petals symbolizes Swadhisthana chakra. In the center of the lotus, a white crescent moon is present, which is a yantra of the water element. This chakra is a wholly positive force center that whirls clockwise.
So there's very little distance or difference in location of Muladhara and Swadhisthana. Muladhara is located just above your anus. Always remember, because whenever you will chant the beej mantra, you may feel vibration, sensation just above your anus. And Swadhisthana is located just 3 fingers above the Muladhara chakra. That is just below your tailbone. So if you place your hand at the back where the tailbone ends, you can feel that round bone over there. So exactly there your Swadhisthana chakra is located. You can feel it. So you should always memorize these locations, because whenever you do meditation, you have to initially have to focus on that part of your body, and you have to chant the mantra. And if you can see the color, or you can see the petals, because as I said that each and when the yogis started meditating on chakras, they saw chakras with different color, with different number of petals. Each petal is tells us the number of nadis. So each petal represents a nadi. So Muladhara chakra has 4 petals. That means it has 4 nadis intersect with each other at with your Sahasra, your Sushumna nadi to give us Muladhara chakra, and that happens just above your anus, and it's red in color. So that means red color lotus, red color petals with a square in the center, which is a yantra, the symbol of our earth element. I spoke about all the elements and all, that our body is made up of 5 elements, and earth element is controlled by your Muladhara chakra. Okay? And Swadhisthana chakra controls the water element. Now, what is the symbol of the water element? The crescent moon. Now, why the crescent moon? Can somebody tell me, can someone explain the connection between the crescent moon or the moon and the water element? Come on, you can type your answer. Yes, exactly. Tides, you said. That's Jyoti. Thank you, Jyoti. Yes, exactly. The high tide and the low tide happens because of the full moon or the no moon day or Amavasya. That's what we know that. So exactly, you got the right thing. Thank you. Great. And you know that I told you that our body is a mini universe. So whatever exists in this huge universe, in a miniature form, our body has. So our body has planets, sun, moon, river, ocean, uh, mountains. Our body has everything, and it has. And so whenever we do meditation and all, our inner universe get merged with the outer universe, and we get peace and we get happiness and everything, whatever is the rightful character of a human being. We get polluted and we forget our original behavior. So the next slide, we will talk about the gland that is connected with Swadhisthana chakra. Today we will talk about the seed of the Swadhisthana chakra. The Swadhisthana chakra's Bij mantra to stimulate this chakra is Vang or Vam. And how do you chant that? Just look at me, and then we will do the meditation on this, how to chant it. So just look at me once. Last time. So that's how you have to chant. So are we ready for it? So once after the meditation of the Swadhisthana chakra, and obviously you are not supposed to forget the Bij mantra of your Muladhara chakra. So we'll be chanting both so that you are in tune with it. So whenever, for the entire week, whenever you're doing it at home, there is no confusion to it. Okay? Could you spell it, please? You mean to say You mean to say Vang? It's V-A-N-G or V-A-M. Both has the same sound vibration. If you're comfortable chanting as VAM, V-A-M, V for victory, A for apple, M for Madrid, or V-A-N-G, V for victory, A for apple, N for Nagaland, and G for going, whatever. I'm sorry, my phonetics is bad. So Vang or Vam has the same sound vibration. As I told you last time, when you chant, like when you have to hear certain, you want to go to certain channel or want to, on the radio, you want to hear certain station, then what you do, you tune up. In the similar way, when you chant these Bij mantra, it has an effect on that chakra, on that part of your body. And your whole part of that area, of that part, body vibrates. You can, if you focus it properly, you can feel the vibration in that part of the body. And obviously, that chakra start becoming more balanced and you start working on that. That's what happens. Okay? So are we ready for Bij mantra practice? Ravi, can we play that track, please? Ravi, I can't hear.
Relax every part of your.
Can we restart it, please? Yeah, thank you.
Take your positions. Sit with your back straight, with your hands in Gyan Mudra, resting on your lap. Close your eyes and relax. Relax every part of your body. Let's begin with Omkar. Begin. Now it is time for chakra meditation. Mooladhara chakra, located above the anus. Now, Bij mantra, begin. Now, Swadhisthana, located just below the tailbone. Now, the beach mantra. Begin. Vang. We will end this meditation with the universal mantra Om. Begin. Om. Rub your palms together, cup your eyes, and slowly open your eyes. Hari Om.
Yes. So welcome back. This was all about your Swadhisthana Chakra and the Beej Mantra. In the next session, we will be talking about the Swadhisthana Chakra and its concerned gland, which is also very important to understand, because once you understand how it works, you know that your internal body is also becoming balanced. It works. Everything comes in there. When these chakras start opening up, your Swadhisthana, whichever part is connected, whichever part is connected, even they start opening up. And rather than using only 5 to 7% of the brain capacity, our higher capabilities start opening up. So we start seeing things in a better way. And our thought process and everything changes. That's a fact. But regularity is important. So I hope that the entire week I've already shared this on the group. So please practice the entire week of your Muladhara and your Swadhisthana Chakra. You have to memorize the location. And if you can visualize the color, the lotus, well and good. If you don't, doesn't matter. Ultimately, you will be able to start viewing them or visualizing them. Otherwise, the effect will start happening. And you'll start gaining the positive qualities. And your negative qualities, the faulty qualities that whatever this chakra possesses of, they start disappearing. That's a fact. You will see yourself as a changed person. Now, since we just have 5 minutes or so, we don't have, in fact, we have taken more time. So if you have any question, I'm here to.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
This sequence of, so first you do this 11 minutes of that Om,
Yes.
Bhambri,
Yes.
Alom, Vilom, and
Yeah.
square breathing. Then you do the Muladhara Chakra and then Swadhisthana.
Swadhisthana Chakra.
Okay.
If you want, I'll do one thing. I'll club in all the 4 pranayam with Muladhara and Swadhisthana Beej Mantra, and I'll share it with you so that everybody won't have to click it again on the Muladhara Chakra. They can do it at one go.
Thank you.
So do we have any question? Otherwise, we'll end the session here. Because after doing meditation, normally people really calm down and really want to talk. They have to question.
Somebody had mentioned in the beginning of the session itself that please tell us about the pre-meditative session which you had mentioned last time. I think we talked about it.
Let's do that pre-meditation. It's a mudra. It's called meditative is Nasika. It's a drishti. So on session we will start with that Nasika. Even that's, and we can learn it. It's a wonderful pre-meditative posture. So for sure, I will remember, and we will start the session with that Nasika Drishti.
Is there any group for chakra meditation?
Any guru? Listen, when you are ready, when your tapasya, your hard work comes to that level, then automatically your guru will appear in front of you. You won't have to go and search for that guru. He or she will appear in front of you. I spoke about that book with you all, biography of a yogi.
Sorry, The question was group, this WhatsApp group and all. I think Raviji has made some group. So
Yes, in fact, I share. In fact, you can frame it over there and you can do it on your own with a group. And in a group, it's always much better because the vibration is much higher. And all the consciousness becomes a one consciousness. So it has more power.
Have you written any book or created a video?
Videos, what I'm sharing with you all, that's it's been created by me. So what you saw, so it is there and they are all available on YouTube. And a book, yes, I've written about 3 books. They are all for kids and they have been taught very well in the schools and all. And I'm writing a book for the older people, which will have all the information that we need, and we keep asking. Our questions doesn't end because we are curious and we keep asking how it is connected, that is connected. So my 4th book, I'm in that, and I'm writing all about that. But I've already finished writing 3 books, and they are for the school kids, but anyone can read it because it's the knowledge on chakras and on yoga. In fact, in one of the session, I'll talk about the yoga, what is yoga exactly, and what you understand about yoga.
Is there a website where the previous classes can be linked, perhaps with a password?
Previous classes, I think all these, you mean to say the 3 sessions that we did, I think it's all available on the Facebook, and the recording is available over there.
They're also available in the WhatsApp group.
Oh, yes, it is available. And the books, the books are available only in India. I don't know when will I get the international thing. So whenever you come to India, if you Indian origin, you can buy it from here. You can order it on Amazon and you'll get it. I have no idea whether the Amazon will deliver in Houston. Sorry about that. I can share the picture, the front page of the books, and you can see that. So one book is called Story of Prana. So it's all about, it's for the little kids who doesn't understand. So this book is all about the graphical. So it's a kind of in the comic. So Prana is a boy who's talking to the kids. Hey, I'm Prana. I live here. And Ira, Pingla, all are human being, and we are talking to the kids in a very fun way, but the kids learn about it. And the second book is again for the 4th standard onward for the kids, where they learn about the yoga and different aspects of yoga, the Ashtanga Yoga and the chakras, the very basic knowledge on the chakras, along with 5 elements and the colors and how they are connected, and a little bit about their qualities.
Thank you. I think the questions will keep coming, but Raviji had mentioned in the chat his phone number. So anyone has any doubts, they can always contact Ravi Roongtaji, who is in USA, Houston. His number is given there.
And then obviously I will post it on the mail or WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp me, and I'll try to answer all your questions and all your queries. So thanks a lot. It was wonderful getting connected with you. Take care. Do your practice for the exam. Next week on Friday, we'll meet again and we will talk more about the chakras, the beach mantras, and the adrenal gland, and the glands that they are connected with, and their qualities. Thank you. See you again very soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Raviji, thank you so much for bringing this. Raviji, you want to say something? You can say before.
Thank you, Preeti. Thank you, Vipinji. If you want to join the Chakra Dhyana meditation group here, please connect with me on 832-228-7284. That's a US number. So if you are doing it from overseas, please add 001 at the beginning, and then I'll add you to the group. Thank you, and see you all again next week here.
Thank you, Raviji. And we have 11 o'clock yoga classes of India House. Today line dance class at 11 o'clock. So, but for that, the ID is different. But thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.